What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Tackle Tuesday here on Joe Bob's Bass. That was kind of stupid, but here we go. Today, we're talking about my favorite reel, guys. I know I've briefly mentioned this, boy, months and months ago now. My favorite reel, hands down, that I've ever used. And not that I'm like some reel junkie or like, you know, I do love gear and all this stuff. That's why we're doing this this Tackle Tuesday series, right? But the TranX 200, guys, from Shimano, hands down, just really the best reel that I've used. And I've used a good amount of reels. I've tried out a lot of things. I've used a lot of cheaper reels, obviously. There's a whole fight, kind of discrepancy, whatever you want to call it, between, you know, just spending a bunch of money on the high quality stuff versus just spending what you need to spend to get by, right? And I can really very confidently say that this reel is so worth the price, guys. It's not even ridiculous. I would say it's very mid-tier as far as reels go. Obviously, they can get very expensive. The Shimano TranX, the 200 was the size that I've got, comes in at about $220 retail. You'll find it on sale all the time for 200 bucks. And really, guys, I mean, it does everything that I want to, and it is the best feeling reel that I've ever casted with, that I've ever fished with, that I've ever reeled in big fish with. And I think really that has to do with a lot of things, but mainly it's all metal. The 200 here, I got the 6.2 gear ratio. These handles feel amazing. I mean, I don't know if you just saw that. These things are just, you know, who cares about how they spin, right? But like this, they're just big. The grip on them is great. It's just a 100 millimeter reel, but it really just, guys, I don't know what else to really even say about this thing. It has never let me down. It feels more stable in a reel seat on any rod than almost all of my other reels. Now, the Shimano is great. I love the Corrado DC. I think I had a video about that a few months ago as well. But this thing, guys, I would get this reel over the Corrado DC tenfold. I mean, really, they're very similar in how they feel in your hand. The TranX 200 is a 200. I've got the 150 in the Corrado DC, so it's a little bit bigger of a spool. It's a little bit wider as far as your thumb and kind of just your hand placement here, but it's still a nice low profile Baitcaster, and it just feels so good when you hook into a fish. And I know you guys have had probably this experience before where this is tightened down, it's cranked down, it's super nice and snug on your reel, but as soon as you get that fish, that reel feels like it might be moving around just a little bit. And it might not even be the rod or the reel seat or even the reel itself, but it could just be the quality and the manufacturing, the technique, the expertise that go into Shimano stuff. I haven't had that issue with my Corrado DC, but I have far less issues with the TranX 200, guys. This thing, it doesn't matter what I'm throwing. I can throw this on my swim bait rod like this. I've fished it on just my 7'1" medium heavy St. Croix rod. I've fished it on my 7-foot medium Quantum piece of junk rod throwing jerk baits. It does so good in any situation. I've thrown 50-pound braid on it for muskie. I've thrown 8-pound fluoro on it for finesse techniques, right? It is really a kind of do-it-all reel, in my opinion. It's super great too in the sense that you're paying a little bit more. I think it's great because of the durability of it. I've had this thing for 3 years now, and other than a little scratch that I got on the side from throwing it in the boat too hard one day, the thing is perfect. You take care of it, you put it inside during the winter, you oil it up once, twice a year, whatever you think is necessary, and the thing has just been butter. It casts like a dream. I backlash less on this TranX 200 than I do on my Corrado DC. Now, I got a little bit of backlash on that Corrado DC video that I made saying, oh, you're not using it right, it shouldn't be on that setting yet. Dude, I've tried it on every setting. I tighten the spool. I do all this stuff. I know how to work a Baitcaster, and this thing still outperforms it all the time. So if you're in between Corrado DC or a TranX, this is your sign. Go get the TranX, guys. So there you have it, guys. I hope one day to have a boat with not every rod, but a lot of rods with these TranX on there. They've got the, I think they've got a 150. I'm not sure about that, but they've got the 200, they've got a 300, they've got a 400 and a 500 size reel, I believe. Those obviously get pretty big, more specific for musky fishing, for, you know, whatever it might be. But the 200 I really think is an all-around great reel. It's going to be a little bit bigger than your standard Abu Garcia, Revo, or whatever you might be throwing, right? But I do think it's a really, really good step up from some of those mid, you know, maybe $100, $150 reels. At 200 bucks, guys, this might be the best reel on the market, hands down. So try it out, guys. If you have any questions about the TranX, feel free to leave them in the comments. I know, like I said, if this thing ever breaks on me for whatever reason, I've already gotten 3 years out of it. I think that is well worth the money. I would go buy one or order one online the second that it breaks to replace it. So they really are worth it. They're super, super all metal casing. They've got special, you know, you can go online and look at the description. They've got certain O-rings and super, you can use them in salt water. They've got, you know, super galvanized gears or whatever they call it. I don't know. You can go read that description. That's not what I'm here for. But they really are super, super durable and just all around perfect, in my opinion. So go catch some fish, guys. We'll see you next week.